this is a team where everything is going right all the way around. The Tampa Bay Rays, your Tampa Bay Rays,
9-0, baby.
Florida's baseball team. This team is unbelievable. They're off to one of the hottest starts in baseball history. They are 9-0. They've outscored their opponents 75-18 in this pitch clock era. Is this, Mia, what it's finally going to take to get people to care about Tampa baseball?
No.
Why do you say?
Because they still, I mean, what's the average attendance? It's still like hovering around 9,000, isn't it?
So I'll pose something to you.
Like, it's great that they're playing great, and I think that's going to spark some interest in Tampa and in Florida maybe, but, like, they still don't draw. Like, I don't understand it either, because I like to think the state of Florida provides college baseball and Major League Baseball with how much talent each year. There are so many young baseball players in this state, yet no one wants to go see the Rays.
I will pose
I don't
this.
get it.
I will pose this to you, okay? Let's say that we are in an era right now where teams are, or I should say fans rather, are starting to change. The demographics of the fans are starting to change. Now, whereas the last 20 years of Rays baseball, it was primarily transplants who were growing up fans. Now, in this era, you're going to see more fans that are native to the Tampa area and Central Florida grow up with the Rays being really good. And like, they've been pretty consistently good since 2008. But at this level, I mean, this is all-time great level we're talking about here. And I think, Mia, with sustained play like this, we'll start to see the demographics change and start to see more sport. Look what's happened with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
True.
I think that's your case study right there.
So,
go ahead.
Interject. The difference between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Tampa Bay Rays. The Lightning's roster, as much as, yes, there's been turnover, looks a lot like the team that claimed the 2021 Mickey Mouse Stanley, or 2020, bubble Stanley Cup. The Rays have a tendency, and we are even seeing it despite this 9-0 start, in which, mind you, they probably have beaten the three worst teams in the majors on the way to 9-0 in the A's, the Tigers, and the Nationals. But this is a Rays team, and this is a philosophical point in sports, John, that I want to get into. The Rays, I mean, the Rays let their top talent walk every year just to stay under the threshold, to stay under the luxury tax, to stay under a certain payroll threshold so they don't have to pay.
They're going under the luxury tax. There's never been an issue with the Rays.
Yeah, there's never been an issue with them with the luxury tax. The point is that with the Rays, they are banking on everyone caring about the name on the front of the jersey as opposed to the name on the back of the jersey. The fact of the matter is that people go to Yankee Stadium to watch the Yankees, sure, because of the name brand and the name on the front of the chest and the pinstripes. But there are also a lot of people that go because they want to see Aaron Judge.
I get that.
And so that is where you look at this Rays roster, and it's great that Wander Franco and Randy Arozarena are emerging stars in this game, if not already established. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, when Wander Franco, or not Wander Franco because he did get paid, but like when Arozarena, Wander Franco got paid. But when Arozarena is up for contract and he asks for a lot of money, just like so many great Rays pitchers over the past decade, they let him walk and say, whatever, we draft well, we're going to have another kid come up. And that's great because here's the thing. One more thing. The New England Patriots did that during Tom Brady's reign.
Sure.
For 20 years because he was the name brand and all the players around him changed because it didn't matter. They drafted well. They'd plug and play. They'd converted lacrosse players into football stars. Everything was fine. The Rays are doing that, but in terms of until you start winning World Series, like the Patriots are winning Super Bowls, you can't just rest on the laurels of here's our name brand because the Rays are not a name brand.
I mean, I don't disagree with any of that. I understand entirely. And I've been outspoken. Stu Sternberg, the owner of the Rays, I think he's a cheap owner. I do. They're going to be getting a new ballpark. It looks like they're going to be staying in that general area, which I think is good for the franchise at the end of the day. They did pay Wander Franco. Wander Franco is the first homegrown star that they have paid at that level, maybe ever.
And they've been in existence for 25 years, 26 years.
So again, I think that might be a sign that, hey, if we do develop a superstar, and this was before Franco was even fully developed, they gave him this right upon his debut, basically. They're like, you're going to be the guy. And he's been amazing. Now, Rosarena has developed himself into a star, absolutely 100%. The pitching's great. I want to bring up a point. This is remarkable here about the Tampa Bay Rays. The highest run differential through the first 9 games in Major League Baseball history. The Rays have the 3rd highest, plus 57, okay? Next are the New York Gothams at plus 63 in 1884. And then in the same year, 1884, keep in mind 20 years.
It was a benchmark, landmark year.
20 years removed from the Civil War. We're talking about the St. Louis Maroons plus 78. No one has done this.
Of course.
No one has done this since. So what the Rays are doing is really special right now. They're scary. I hope they sustain it because that area needs it, the franchise needs it, and those players need it. So we will see. So,
let's see what happens when they have to play the rest of the AL East.
We'll see, which is pretty good, all things considered. Honestly, the Orioles are.
I was going to say the Orioles are. And this is not your mother's Orioles of the 2000s, and this is not your mother's Blue Jays either. So
no, the Blue Jays are.
The years of the Yankees and Red Sox having gimme series in Toronto and Baltimore have passed.
Very much so.
If you want to see all our videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, click the subscribe button below. Otherwise, we'll start posting spoilers about your favorite new movies.